Hey, kings and queens, it's your girl, Queen Cox of Kingdom City. You already know. Now, are y'all ready for episode 5? Because it's been a long way. There's been a lot of things going on, current events, pandemics, and police brutality, and viruses, and all of this craziness going on. And I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to pray for everybody and let everybody know, like, everything's going to be okay. Like, everything is everything, and God is still in control, as we all know. So I wanted to ask a few people. I wanted to get people's opinions on how these current events are affecting them in their life today. How in the world are they taking this? How are they coping with it? Are they even affected? Are they tremendously affected? Is it traumatizing? We want to know, right? Kings and queens, we want to know. So y'all go ahead and stay tuned to see all these different people and how they feel about it. Your girl, Queen Cox, will be right back.
Hey girl, what you doing? What you been up to, girl? How you enjoying your quarantine?
Yeah, wake up. That's all it takes to control billions. Give them a virus that's gonna kill millions. Have them in fear. Keep them like civilians. Stimulus them by printing trillions. Got them confused. Don't know who the villain was. Still no unity amongst the civilians. Everybody against everybody. Who's controlling everybody? Making them feel like they're above each other. When they all should be looking out for one another. When they going to realize the God that they give them can't save them from each other? When are we going to wake up and take control? Stop them from taking our children's soul.
During this pandemic, I have to say I've been extremely blessed. My family has been blessed. We're still blessed to be paid, and we're still blessed to be healthy, because there's so many people that aren't being paid and aren't healthy and are struggling tremendously during this time. But I have to say I am grateful and I am blessed. I can't thank God enough for what he's doing for myself and my family and friends during this time. I do pray for those that are not experiencing the same experience I am. I just pray for better days to come. Girl, I enjoy my quarantine. Still enjoying my quarantine. Ain't nothing changed. I'm enjoying it.
So, COVID-19 impacted me in a spiritual way. And I say that because God still provided for me. He still sustained. And he allowed me to consider myself favored and blessed beyond measure, because God still provided for me. And this whole experience has been very humbling. And God really took where resources were limited and made something out of nothing. So that's the effects that it had on me. So it had nothing to do with because I'm such a hard worker. It had nothing to do with that, because a lot of hard workers were laid off. A lot of hard workers were without a job. So
yeah, the cops keep killing us. Then on the news, they keep on blaming us. What they expect us to do with all the spending us? We gotta let y'all know, don't play with us. Our kids' life matter, and we had enough of the police and the system killing us. Right now, my black mothers are crying. I'ma take a stand with them, I ain't lying. If the police even touch them, I'ma show them who's a real man. For generation, you mistreat them. Now we gonna organize the street then. If they shoot another black man, then we shoot them. All we ever wanted was our own. But it's like the system frightened, we take over the throne. I said we can't take it no more. It's time we make sure our kids' future secure.
Yeah. It's Queen Cox. You already know. I do want to say a special celebration on Juneteenth. Shout out to all of my culture and everybody supporting the movement, supporting everybody out there, protesting, whatever we doing, staying safe, whatever your situation may be. I'm glad that we are, taking the route of unity and educating ourselves and, getting everything, together as a unit. So y'all stay tuned. Yeah, DcTeam 1.
What's good? My name is Charity Crawford. On July 4th, 1776, America declared its independence from Britain, making it official that we were now free. And by we, I don't mean we at all, actually. I mean white men. In fact, at the moment that the Declaration of Independence was signed, every single state in the Union legally practiced slavery. That being said, absolutely no black people were affected in any real way at all by American independence, and the 4th of July for us was just another day of picking cotton and being beaten. So where is our day? Well, let's talk about Juneteenth. You would think it maybe had something to do with the Emancipation Proclamation, which is a document that Abraham Lincoln signed on January 1st, 1863, declaring that all slaves were free. But no, not really. Juneteenth is actually June 19th, 1865, 2.5 years after that. We'll talk about why that is in a second, but first, let's talk about Lincoln freeing the slaves. He ain't really do that at all. The slaves freed themselves. The Civil War started in 1861, and between then and 1863, thousands of slaves escaped on their own and ran north to fight in the Union Army. Lincoln eventually realized that this was advantageous and thought, hey, if I say all the slaves are legally free, then maybe more of them will come fight on our side, and then, hey, the slave patrol can't take them back, we good. And so then he created the Emancipation Proclamation, freeing all the slaves in the South. But that didn't matter because at the time the South wasn't even part of America, so literally you did nothing. In fact, in the North, in Maryland and Delaware, 2 states that he actually did have jurisdiction over, he didn't free the slaves there. He let them continue to slave during the Civil War. And that became one of the bloodiest wars in American history, killing more than 700,000 people, which is more than the Revolutionary War, World War I, World War II, and Vietnam put together. So yeah, about 1 million people died in the war fighting about whether or not you should own black people. Back to Juneteenth. So yeah, on April 9th, 1865, Robert E. Lee surrendered, officially ending the Civil War. And then the next week, on April 14th, 1865, Abraham Lincoln was shot because people were mad about that. And even though slavery was being completely eradicated from the South, there were still plenty of slaves in Texas. Literally hundreds of thousands of African Americans who didn't know that they were free were being kept in Texas because it was the farthest away from the Union's control. But then, on June 19th, 1865, General Granger and his army went into Galveston, Texas, and General Granger stood upon a balcony and announced to the entire city of African Americans below him that they were now free. And the entire crowd erupted into black joy. Singing, dancing, shouting, crying, laughing, black joy. So much so that the next year, those very same free black people went to celebrate under that very same balcony. This story of pure black joy isn't really told, and it's for many reasons. One of them is that shortly after slavery, when the Jim Crow laws started, black people weren't allowed to celebrate in public lest they be lynched. Black joy became illegal, punishable by death. Another reason we don't celebrate it is simply because America doesn't like to face its gruesome slave history, and so Independence Day is just more agreeable to everyone. And the honest truth is, even June 19th, 1865 wasn't really about black people. It was just a random day that a general decided to go flex his power on Texas and say, you will obey America or else. That same general that spoke on that balcony on Juneteenth, in that very speech, he suggested that the newly freed slaves just go back to the plantation and ask for a job. So basically just go back to doing the same thing you've been doing, but now you make a penny for your time. So no, not even that moment on June 19th was about us, but this holiday, Juneteenth, is ours. We as black people have mastered the art of turning pain into passion, of turning misery into music. And so Juneteenth is a celebration of our freedom, of our joy. There's still much work to be done. There is still a long journey ahead, but we will walk this road with laughter in our spirits, with joy in our hearts. We will walk this road. Happy Juneteenth. I love you. One more thing. If you want to learn everything.
For 400 years, you had your knees on our necks. A garden of evil with no seeds of respect. In America's mirror, all she sees is regret. Instead of letting blood live, they begging for bloodlet. Revenge is a dish that's served on platelets. Transfusion of confusion, abusing our intellect. I can't be bought with a $1,200 check, even though $1,200 can make a meal stretch. My mama wasn't rich, but she earned my respect. She made a little bit of money for a lot of blood, tears, and sweat. Jumping up and down on police cars, I'm vexed. After Chauvin killed George Floyd, we got next. Molotov cocktails, anarchy on the set. The rich took the loot, so now we loot shit. Feeling like a caged tiger that's whipped to do tricks. That's why I started fires and yelled and threw bricks. They tried to run me over and arrest me and shit. Tase, pepper spray, and engage with the kid. They ran up in the state house with them AKs quick. But let a nigga try and do that white boy shit. Won't be no rubber bullets ricocheting off ribs. But the white supremacists go in the cops' face and spit. Try to barbecue? Becky call the cops on the kid. Hoping and praying it'd be some Emmett Till shit. Sandra wasn't bland. They hated Mike cause he brown. Trayvon should have had an Aston Martin riding around. Amadou Diallo, it's way too many to follow. Vato, how much of my pride I gotta swallow? God only knows how deep this plan goes. I was dealing with this shit as a teen in Kangos. Harassed by cops, word to my ancestors' souls. And watching that man die slow left a hole. He cried for his mama as the murder unfold. If it wasn't for them phones, Chauvin would be at home. Feeling justified because of George's skin tone. I'm telling it to those with melanin, you're not alone. The new Malcolm, Martin, and Marcuses are now grown. America's a graveyard full of black men's bones. And I ain't got to tell you that Breonna Taylor got slayed in her own home. Had they lived, Sean could have rocked bells. Eric could have garnered attention. Beyond the t-shirts and obituary mentions. Oscar could have been counting grants. Tamir could have went to Rice. They owed them cops nothing, but all of them paid the price. So yeah, you right. We should protect our Second Amendment rights. Cause in a second, a dirty cop can kick the door in at night. A tooth for a tooth and a life for a life. We refuse to live in hell while you living in paradise. Being black in America's like rolling a pair of dice. But the stakes are way higher, you gambling with my life. Black lives matter. Forever.
So I had intended to get up here and talk about how racist Robert E. Lee was, but I'm going to talk about you, Connie, sitting over there shopping while we talking about Robert E. Lee. This is a picture of you shopping while we talking about racism and history in this country. Only white members of this board got up while we were up here talking too, because you don't give a damn, and it's clear. But I'm going to tell you what the slaves, my ancestors, said about Robert E. Lee, since you don't know history, sister. Let me tell you that they said when he got the plantation, after he got off the field where 27,000 people died at Gettysburg, Connie, Robert E. Lee was a brutal slave master. Not only did when he whooped the slaves, he said, lay it on them hard. After he said, lay it on them hard, he said, put brine on them so it'll burn them. That's what Robert E. Lee did. And you set your arrogant self in here and sit on there shopping while the pain and the hurt of the people of this community is on display, because you don't give a damn and you should resign. You should have resigned 2 years ago when you choked a white man in his house. You should have resigned 2 weeks ago when you got on TV and said foolishness. And you should walk out of here and resign and never come back, because you are the example of racism in this community. You are horrible. Now to the rest of the board. You have an obligation to the people of this community, and 81% of them are black. And do you need a Klan rally outside, Mr. Goday, before you end it? Because holding it up means that you put that building in jeopardy. You do, sir. Because all over the country, they burning stuff down. And black folks in this city have stood with protesters. I ain't seen you elected officials out there with them, making sure that nothing goes south in Baton Rouge. It's been folks in this community who give a damn, not just when it's comfortable, but every time. And 4 years ago, we came down here. Mr. Drake, they say you're a good man. Be a good man. Black folks say you're a good man. White folks say you're a good man. Your legacy is attached to tonight, brother. Your legacy. Now, let me say to the black members of the board, it's the most solidarity I've seen out of y'all in forever. Let's keep it at. Let's stand on this moving forward, because we don't need to apologize for Connie, Evelyn. She showed you who she was when she was sitting next to you while you were talking shopping. You don't need another example. Now, when do we as Baton Rouge stop being in 1856? If you want to name the building after somebody, how about PBS Pinchback, the first black governor of the state of Louisiana, when he was governor during Reconstruction? You want another name? Oscar Dunn, who was the lieutenant governor of the state of Louisiana in the 1860s, that gave the right for Darius Landis and Don Collins and Evelyn Ware Jackson and Tremel Howard to get here. You want to name it after somebody from Reconstruction? Name it after the people who fought for abolition of slavery. If you want to name it after somebody, honor the right people, the people who are on the right side of history. But it's your ancestor that the school is named after. So you're holding on to your heritage. But we built this joint for free. And we've done begging you to do what's right.
Thank you, sir. Next.
My experiences shopping, during COVID-19 has been just crazy, but the craziest incident that took place was when a woman, a black woman at that, decided that she was gonna, slam her shopping cart into my driver's side door, and she was doing all this, in front of her daughter. And she even threatened to call the police on me, who were right there in the area. And it's really sad that, so much misery is out here. You know what I'm saying? So much misery and so much anger. And this woman was so miserable and angry that she decided to, take this anger out on me, in front of her child, which sets a bad example as far as I'm concerned.
I'm just going to fill out the form for you. So if you just want to put your ID and everything on the counter. Thank you. No problem.
I just want to shop. I don't want to sell.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Do you have that face mask?
No, I have a health condition. I can't wear one.
Okay, then unfortunately you can't
turn down service for that reason. I have plenty of documentation.
I'm so sorry about that.
I have you on video for the law, though.
It is a requirement.
No, it isn't.
Yes,
it's not a law.
And I'm going to. We're allowed to enforce that for the safety of our employees.
Not for health reasons. You can't, though.
Yes, we
no,
can.
not for that reason. No.
If you would like to shop,
Okay, so this is Crossroads in Costa Mesa. Can I get your name?
My name is Kelly Hines.
Kelly. Okay,
Yep.
awesome. So they're telling me I cannot be a customer in here because of my health condition.
Not at all.
And they're
I'm
refusing.
saying you can be a customer if you wear a mask.
That harms my health condition to wear a mask.
Okay,
And you're telling me that you're turning down my service.
supersedes that.
I have the
to
ADA.
safety
No, I have the
of our
ADA here
customers,
with me. I
of
have
our
the ADA
employees.
with me.
Okay.
And you're wrong.
It's for the safety of our customers
They have masks on, and I'm 10 feet,
and
6
our
feet away.
employees.
Yeah, so I
So
have the phone number and
ADA
everything for
supersedes
violations.
Our priority for the safety of our employees. And that's why we require it.
Well, you're breaking the law, and that's fine. So
So if you
yeah.
want a mask, we will give you one.
No, the whole fucking point is to not wear a mask. So thank you. And you're the manager?
I'm a hub manager for the SoCal district.
Okay, perfect. Costa Mesa Psychos, sheep, want to make sure that nobody can walk in without wearing a mask when there's really no fucking virus even affecting anyone. Because they're all fucking liberals.
No justice, no peace! 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 No justice.
Hey, what? Yeah. Kingdom City, yeah. Passing out some keys on a positive note. You could take it to leave it. You beat the judge, you vote. Unorthodox, think out the box. You feeling me? Don't bust your chops. Enjoy yourself, make memories. Then not give up, better toughen up. We on the move. Bosses in the making, don't make them mistake it. Cause we kings and queens. You know what it is. We don't show no pity. You entered Kingdom City, Kingdom City, Kingdom City. Kingdom City, Kingdom City, Kingdom City. Kingdom City, Kingdom City, Kingdom City.